can't imagine what this is like, I have to tell you. Standing up here, looking out there and seeing over 1,000 faces of people who are cheering and who love this country. I didn't think I'd be doing this. My kids didn't think I'd be doing this. My sister and my brother didn't think I'd be doing this. And these congressmen didn't think I'd be doing this. But I care very deeply about our country. I care very deeply about the direction we're headed in. I know that the experience I've had in my life will allow me to bring together great people and go to Washington and bring real change and to solve the challenges we face and to make sure that America, together with you, to make sure that America will always be the hope of the earth. Thank you so much. So many friends here. Gosh, I'm just looking at behind my family here. I got so many other friends. I'd love to introduce them all. I won't do that. But Hugh Hewitt is back here, and I know you just heard from Hugh. This guy, you know, he started something. He started something, which is he got on the radio and he said, you know, this Romney guy ain't all bad, and now he's convinced some of his other friends, you know, Sean Hannity and Laura Ingraham and Rush Limbaugh and a few other folks. I think he's convinced everybody that this is a pivotal race and that the course of America is going to be set by what happens in this race. And I think the course of our party is going to be set by what happens in California tomorrow. And so I owe you a big vote of thanks for getting us started, and Hadi Makarishian back there, and Scott Baugh, and Tom Tellefson, and so many others. My family, I've got all sorts of family. Where my brother is over there, those are all family members. You guys, I can't get over the work that you guys have done, and Kelly Burt over there, and Mark Johnson. The list goes on and on. You guys have just been absolutely everything I needed to make this campaign go, and I want you to come with me and enjoy the White House. We'll have a great time together. Thanks so much. So strong families with enduring values and good health care and good schools and a strong military and also a strong economy. You see, at the base of our ability to provide good jobs for our kids and for their kids and for ourselves is a strong economy. At the base of our ability to have the strongest military in the world is to have a strong economy. I hear that some people say we're going through a little rough patch right now. I think it's more than just a little rough patch. Yeah, we may be turning down a bit. We need to turn the angle of our economy upward again, but we're also facing long-term challenges. And we're going to have to raise our competitiveness, our ability to create great jobs in this country, to stay ahead of the rest of the world. And I think at a time like this, it makes sense to have a president who's actually had a job in the real economy. In business and those years at the Olympics and the years in Massachusetts as governor, I'll use that experience to strengthen our economy. I'll keep our taxes down. I'll keep our regulations down. I'll help us get off of foreign oil finally. I'll make sure that legal immigration works, but that illegal immigration stops. It looks to me like we have quite a few Republicans in the room tonight. I think so. And one of the reasons I came back to California is because I know the Republicans in California care very deeply about the heart and soul of the Republican Party and the nature the nominee will have, who's going to be running for the White House, and the nature the next president will have. And I think that Californians have some answers for America. And so let me ask you some questions. Do you think our nominee ought to be somebody who voted against the Bush tax cuts? Do you think our nominee ought to be someone who voted against drilling for oil in Anwar? Do you think our nominee ought to be someone who voted against the marriage amendment defining marriage as a relationship between a man and a woman? Do you think our nominee ought to be somebody who fought for McCain-Feingold attacking our First Amendment? Do you think our nominee ought to be somebody who fought for McCain-Kennedy, which is a massive amnesty bill for illegals? Do you think our nominee ought to be somebody who's fighting for something known as McCain-Lieberman, which would put a 50-cent a gallon charge on gasoline and raise our energy prices? Do you think instead our nominee ought to be somebody who stands for Republican principles, conservative principles, that will keep us in the House and run the Reagan bills? And it sounds like it is. I need you guys to get out and vote tomorrow. I need you to get your friends to go out and vote tomorrow. Make some phone calls, round some people up, take them to the polls, tell them that California has something to say about the direction of our party and who our nominee is going to be. I'm convinced that together we can do something that America needs done, which is to get us on track again to remain the greatest nation on earth. We face extraordinary challenges unless we change course. Unless we change course as a nation and change course in Washington, we're going to find ourselves becoming a second-tier nation. You look back 100 years in Great Britain and France were the leaders of the world, and no one thought anyone could ever pass them, but we sure did. And today we sit back thinking we're the greatest and strongest and no one can ever pass us. But you know, unless we're vigilant, unless we're strong, unless we're willing to act now, we could easily be passed by China or India or some nation somewhere down this century. We're not going to let that happen. We're going to make sure that this nation remains strong with the principles that have always made America strong. A belief in free American people, in hard work, in education, in opportunity seeking,